Hello class, Mr. Stone here. The problem they gave us today, it's an odd duck type shape, bunch of triangles really put together, and it says, what are the angles A, B, C, D, and E? They tell us quite a few things. They tell us two lines are equal at angle B there, across from angle B. They give us a 90-degree angle up the top there, and they tell us 130 and 120. So they give us quite a bit of information. Let's work with that, okay? So let's start with I'll call it the easy things, okay? We know we can draw a line here, and that's going to be 90. That's going to be 90, and that's going to be 90, okay? We know inside here it's going to be 120 because I put like a lot of the rules above, and that's the opposite angles, okay? And we know outside here is going to be 130, okay? So at least we got quite a few things we can work with. Let's make this 1-3. The 3 didn't come out. Yeah, 130, okay? So it gives us quite a few things to work with. And we know that these two angles right here are going to be equal, okay? Anything opposite sides that are equal, okay? So I put that up here. That's really falls into a isosceles triangle, okay? You can see the rule up there for that. And the opposite angle rule we're using is right here, okay? And that's an easy one. Well, let's start working on this, okay? So we know that a straight line, which is up here, right there, straight line, that's 180, okay? So both these things, they're right there, okay? So we know that we can go straight lines at 180. So if we go, I'm just going to start solving different ones, okay? Let's go for A first, okay? So if this is 120, this here has to be 180, 180, this is A, I'm going to do A, 180 minus 120, okay? Has to be 60. 60. So we know, let me just erase this because we don't need to keep going on it, okay? Go back to pen. Okay, so now we know we got a 90 degree in there and a 60 degree. So we get 90 plus 60 is 150. We know the whole triangle, right? A whole triangle, here it is up here. The whole triangle equals 180, okay? So we got 180 minus 150 equals 30. So angle A is going to equal angle A equals 30. So A equals 30. Let's just square this off there. So I got the little work there for 30, okay, to figure 30. So we're going to put 30 up there. 30. Okay, I'm going to put a big circle around there because we just solved for that. Now, let's move down to B again, okay? So we know the 120, remember we just did that, so that means inside here is 60. And opposite angles are 60. So two of them are 60. But we know there's only 180. Remember up the top there, the whole triangle is only 180. So we've got 60 and 60, 60 and 60, 60 and 60 equals 120. We know the whole triangle is 180. 180 minus 120 equals 60. So really, this isn't an isosceles triangle. This is an equilateral triangle. Here it is right over here. So all three sides are the same. So I'm going to write a big 60 here. 60, put a circle around this. And B equals 60. Okay, we got B solved. Okay, let's move on. Let's move on to C. Okay, remember all the opposite angles at the top? That means if this is 60, this is 60. Okay, so we get that 60. Okay, so now, let's see. Whew, we're starting to run out. Okay, but no, man, are we really? Okay, so let's see what else we know here. So if this is 60, the straight line tells us that this inside one is going to be 120. Because remember, it's 180 minus the 60 would be 120. So we got that. So let's see how many angles we get solved in this thing here. Okay, we got a 130, a 120, a 120, and a 90. Okay? Well, remember, way down right on here, right? It tells you that it's n minus 2 times 180 is the total angles inside this. So how many sides we got here? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides. Okay? So it'd be 5, right? 5 minus 2 times 180. Okay, we wrote that little formula. How much would that be? Yeah, 540. It'd be 3 times 180 is 540. So the total angles inside that inside figure would be 540. And how many we got here now? Okay, let's see what we got. Okay, we got 60. We got a 130, 130, a 90. I'm going right around, okay? It makes it a little easier. 90, a 120 and a 120. 120 is 240. 240. Whoop, not reading right now too good. 240. Let's see how many that is. I know 1 angle, 2 angle, 3 angle, 4 angles. I need 5 angles. I got 1 angle, 2 angle, 3 angle, 4 angles. Yep, 4 angles I got written here. So we got a 0, 0, a 3 and a 9 is 12, plus a 4 is 16. And carry over 1, we got 360. Okay? So we know inside it's going to be 540. Okay? So let's see what that total angle is going to be. Okay? We can figure this. This is easy, guys. Okay? So, you know, 30, 120. We're missing 80. So this is going to be 80. Okay? So we get 80. Okay? Now that's the middle. I'm just going to write middle. The mid. Mid-angle. I'm going to write mid-angle. Okay? Mid-angle. Okay? Is there. So now, if that's 80, that tells us that this, right, is 100. Straight line rule. Okay? So straight line rule tells us we go straight along, we're going to have 180. So, hey, we solved that. Now, if this top here, we got 130. Straight line rule means this is a 50. Okay? 50. Okay? So, I'm going to leave this blank here. This is, so we got a 50 and 100, right? We got 50 and 100 equals 150. We know that the whole triangle is going to be 180, right? So we got 180 minus 150 equals 30. So D equals 30. So 30. And I'm going to draw a big circle around that. Okay, hey, we're solving these. We're just whizzing right through these. Okay, so now, let's see what we got here. Okay, straight line rule. That tells us that this is 100, right? Straight line, okay? So if we got 100 and we got a 60, we got 100 and we got 60. How many is that? 160. We know the whole triangle is 180. Oh, minus 160. 20. C equals 20. 20. Put a big circle around that. Hey, oh, I didn't write up what E was yet. Okay, so we got to go up to E now. We can do this, okay? So let me shrink this a little bit here. I'm going to have to move it over, guys. I was hoping, no, let's go down a little. I'm going to draw a little line here, okay? We'll go down into here, okay? So now, we know that this is 130. That was a lousy 3 I did. Remember, 130, okay? So 130, that means this is 50, okay? 50. And we got a 50, 50, a 90, means 140. The whole triangle is 180. Remember, the whole triangle is 180 minus 140 equals 40. equals E equals, no, equals E. So we got A is 30, square that. B is 60, C is 20, D is 30, and E is 40. 40. Let's see, I circled them all. I think I got it all, guys. Yep, we got them all. Okay, and I wrote the figures right beside them, all of them. And really what it is, on these types of, I'll say odd duck figures and little things, I just go along and I solve the ones I can solve first, like the 90s in the middle, okay? The opposite angle ones, I know those rules, okay? Straight line rules, I know all them. So I just start writing figures down. And eventually, you look and you say, shoot, I got 2 of them solved, and I know the whole triangle's only 180. And then it's real easy to solve for the missing figure, okay? But these are kind of fun to do, challenging. You're doing a lot of math, a lot of adding and subtraction. Remember, like, you see how I wrote kind of neat on each like one of these squares? And I got this all separated, okay? The reason I did that was on purpose, so that way, after the exam, well, I finish, okay? But I'm looking, I still got 15, 20 minutes. Well, this might be one of the problems I definitely go back to, because there was so much adding and subtracting that I could have made an easy mistake. I could have took 180 minus 40 and, you know, come up with, or 180 minus 140 and come up with 50 instead of, you know, 40, okay? So that's why you always want to write neat. You always want to separate your work with lines, and you'll find that, wow, I can maybe score extra points at the end if I go back and check this, okay? If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you have any students or anything in school of mathematical French, please share this with them, because this might help them in an exam, you know, the technique to do these different things. And they won't panic when they see, wow, how am I going to solve all of these things? You know, I got 5 different things to solve. How am I going to solve all these? Okay, thank you very much. Have a great day. Bye-bye.